keynote speaker today. I'll not bore you more than 5 minutes. And I'm sure there's a lot of things what you would have read on internet or chat GPT or everywhere, right? There's nothing new what I'm going to bring in. Probably what I'm thinking is I'll finish my speech in next 5 minutes and give you 2 case studies and probably we can discuss about it. That would be a little more interactive and like, better. Okay. So why is leadership so important in learning, in making sure an organization has a continuous learning pattern? I'm sure you would all know it's because the leadership gives a lot of freedom to people, right? They can actually empower people. Or as a leader, I can probably show my team an example of learning some new things or probably getting out few certificates showing, hey, listen, I've learned this newly, and why don't you do it, right? Or probably a lot many other things like empowering the team or being influencing others or also setting the example and giving them different kind of learning, like how the previous panel was talking, the micro learning and other things, right? So what are the things, what are the steps basically happens? Why a leader is important to make sure an organization has a continuous learning. One thing is he can surely probably celebrate the learning achievement and make them feel good about what they are learning, or maybe provide a regular feedback telling that this is not the right thing what you are doing. Probably you will have to learn something else to make sure that your individual goals are aligned to the organization goal, or maybe give a different kind of diverse learning experience to people, like what the previous people were telling. Lead by example. When I do it, my team does it. It's a classic example actually, and I've seen it probably in my 15 years of experience. When I do something, my team surely follows it. If I don't do it for 6 months, they just don't show up on any new learning. So it is something very, very important that every leader has to showcase, even if in case they are not somebody who wants to continuously learn. At least for your team, start this, right? And also creating a safer environment for people. So when I talk about safer environment, it basically means that I learn and go back to my manager. The manager probably should not be judgmental, or also should not look at if in case I don't succeed in something after I learn, there should not be it should not be a judgmental thing. So creating that non-judgmental environment for people, right? Okay. Let's look at these slides, and I'm sure there are a lot of HR folks over here. You all feel this, right? Yes? No? Yeah? Okay. So, it's boring. How do I get my people to the classroom or any kind of learning? If you don't do it, the entire organization screams at HR or at the manager, telling that there is no growth over here. I don't see any kind of training. But when you do, this is the phase what we get, right? So this is one of the biggest constraints. So why is this so, right? Let's understand a little bit about it. Resistance to learning. They want learning, but there is a huge resistance to learning, right? Because they feel that maybe if I learn this, if I learn from my probably Java to Python, right? Or React Native, or a new technology, or anything new, right? If in case I'm not able to do it, right? That is something. So the solutions are already given over there. Time management issue. Everybody has this. It's just not me or you. Everybody wants to go back home or probably wrap up the huge projects what they are in. Work-life balance, right? Okay. The third one is low engagement level and perceived lack of rewards. So people go on making getting certificates or learning new things, but where's the reward and recognition from the organization, right? So that is something which we'll need to also look at. These are all probably challenges which each one of us are suffering from. Skill gap identifications. Diverse learning needs. But the organization is actually teaching something else. but actually the person is requiring something else. There is personal goals what I have to achieve. There's a lot of things what I want to do, but my org is not understanding what I want to do, right? And unclear career path. This is something extremely important, I think, like, which I have faced many a times, where a lot of people have come back and told, why the hell am I doing this training, right? Okay. Cultural misalignment. So I am doing a LGBTQ stuff over here, and my Middle East people over there are telling this is wrong. You can't do this, right? So these are all the things what is the issue basically, right? Okay. I just had another one thing. Yeah. Okay. So the role of the leader in creating a learning culture. What are the things? Basically, like, making people understand that it is not something what you learn for a day or a month or a year, right? Counseling or probably mentoring. Mentoring is one of the most understated today in any organization. A lot of organizations are picking up, but mentoring is something which actually, like, takes you a long way, especially for youngsters, right? So when I was very young, my mentor was Swami Vivekananda, because my parents were, like, used to go to Ramakrishna Ashram. So it gave me a lot of things actually, like, I have to be on time, and I have to, like, respect somebody else's time, or maybe the things what I do about nation building, a lot of other things. So I think mentoring is something extremely important, and we don't talk about it, right? And these are the few things which probably, like, measuring communication impact, giving proper right feedback to people, right, about their learning and other things. So these are the things what I wanted to tell you. So I'm done within 5 minutes. So let's go to the case study. If you want, you can take a picture so that we can discuss about this. There are 2 case studies. Let's start with the first one. Okay, my efforts are given some kind of this one. I can see a lot of you taking pictures. Thanks a lot. Okay, if somebody wants to talk about this, what is the solution for this? Please don't go to ChatGPT. I picked it up from ChatGPT. So if you think that, I've been very transparent, if you have some kind of initiatives, what you have started for this case study, please you can bring it out. So let me read it. Amazing is a company, a mid-sized tech firm. It faced stagnant growth and high turnover despite competitive pay and benefits. Challenges, what basically they had was leadership apathy. Basically, leadership felt that it was not an important thing, learning, and there was low engagement, and there was misaligned strategies. Basically, the individual strategy and the organization strategies were not aligned together, and there were huge feedback gaps. Anybody? Anything what you have done or you have faced? The second one is like a growing software development company emphasizes innovative and continuous learning, but struggles to integrate formal training into employee daily tasks. Okay, great. So basically, the first issue, right? So they got in a very strong feedback system into the organization. And I read about it, and like, I felt that there's a lot of feedback gaps in the organization, the first thing. Second thing is, what happens is, like, as the previous panel spoke, generally we put up one training program for everybody, right? It can be Gen Z, or it can be somebody like, in a age of 30 to 40 or age group of 20. Everybody has the same kind of learning, right? And the third one is, people have probably, not today, but like, yesterday year's problem is the training program used to be generally within the company, in a classroom, right? So shadowing training programs where, like, you shadow your manager, or probably you shadow, like, your senior folks.